What's up, guys? This is Randy coming at you, driving along here in my truck, so I can't really take my eyes off the road, but I'm trying to be safe. Anyways, I'm going to talk to you about the ketogenic diet. Been doing it about 5 weeks now. 5 weeks in, I've lost 18 pounds, and I'm extremely happy with that. And the nice thing about it is I haven't been hungry at all. If you guys don't know what the ketogenic diet is, it's having your, in a nutshell, without having to go into it for an hour, it's basically burning ketone bodies, which are made from fatty acids from your liver, instead of glucose, which are sugars. Now, the ketogenic diet is not for everybody. I'll start by saying that. It's for my kind of body style, which does not do well with carbohydrates. I don't do well from eating sugars, starches, carbohydrates of any kind. Doesn't matter what they are. Fruit, can't do it. You can do some fruit, berries, strawberries, blueberries on a very small, limited amount. But basically a ketogenic diet is eating 70 to 75% in good fats, meaning coconut oil, olive oil, grass-fed butter, ribeye steak, you know, those kind of things. Stuff with good fats in them, grass-fed steak, grass-fed beef, good quality seafood, good quality meats in general, and then you're going the protein. Well, I kind of included the protein on some of that I just named, but you want to stay about 20% protein, meaning no more than 100 grams a day. I usually stay around 85. And 5% carbohydrates. Now, people are going to say, you know, 5% carbohydrates, that's like basically nothing. But once you get used to this diet, you'll get it that you're only eating good carbohydrates, which means green leafy vegetables, avocados, those kind of things that carry a lot of the good fiber in them, and aren't huge on the, of course, basically zero on the glycemic index. So your body's getting the good stuff it needs, and I do a lot of bone broth. And the kind of fat I usually concentrate on, like I said, was that saturated fat, the good kind of fat from animal and from the good kind of fat from avocados, from coconut, and those kind of things. That's what I've been doing. And I've tried a million different things, like everybody does with these different fad diets. And, you know, I lost a lot of weight on a low-carb diet when I did it years ago. But what I failed to do was to, after I lost a lot of weight, I failed to watch my percentages. And it all came back, and then more, and then some. So I'm here to tell you the ketogenic diet does work. It's not for everybody, but it does work for those who have the body type that don't do good with carbohydrates. Now, in later videos, when I can show you guys a significant weight loss, I'll really go into the science of it and the health reasons for it. But I can tell you this: I've lost 18 pounds, number one. Number two, I've lost the inflammation that was in my body from the carbohydrates. I had carpal tunnel syndrome badly for about the last 5 years. I'm a musician, and every time I played guitar, my hands would tingle, my left hand, and it wouldn't go away. It was horrible. And I had to rest in between songs and in between sets. And a week into starting the ketogenic diet, it virtually went away. I haven't had that feeling in 5 weeks. And just for that reason alone, it's worth it for me. And then another reason is sugar. If you're not eating carbohydrates, if you're not creating this big thing of glucose in your body, then your insulin doesn't raise. And your insulin levels don't have to go crazy, which means your sugar is going to stay pretty steady and consistent. And the highest my sugar gets now is around 95, which is amazing. Low is around 70, 72. So, and blood pressure is great. All the things that health-wise, from eating a ketogenic diet that said were going to happen have happened in a short amount of time. Right now I'm what's called keto adaptive, meaning my body is pretty happy with burning ketones, so that's its fuel source it wants to have. And my millimolars, when you go to a ketone blood glucose meter, little strips that you get, you put them in just like a blood sugar counter, and you take a little prick of blood and you put it in this little meter, and if your millimolars are between 0.5 and 3, then you're in ketosis. and mine are averaging around 1.5, 1.7, which is really good. So I'm in a good state of ketosis, and I'm going to be sharing with you my journey. I'm still really heavy, so a lot of people are going to go, well, you know, you're still really heavy, we don't want to take your word for it. Well, at least keep checking my videos and seeing the weight loss, and I'll prove to you that this works. I have faith in it. I'm going to try to help other people with it if it helps me. And, you know, I invite the haters to come in, and the vegans and everybody. Oh, by the way, I was a vegetarian, and I'll do a whole video on that for 17 years. And I was in awful shape from it. I can tell you this, just like anything, some people do good on a vegetarian diet. I didn't. And I know now it was because of all the pastas, the refined sugars, and all the stuff I was eating, and not eating my good animal proteins and fats. So anyways, back at you. Just wanted to introduce this, and I think you're going to see a bone broth video next. This is sort of a lead-in for that. But I hope to be coming at you, and thanks for watching. All right, today we are going to make bone broth. Bone broth is full of nutritious stuff for you that's good for your joints and your bones and your immune system and all kinds of stuff that you don't get on a normal basis. So here we go. We're going to show you the essentials, how to make it, and go from there. All right, I got my 8-year-old video in here, Tristan. We're going to show you the essential things. You're going to need some water. You're going to need acid. This is apple cider vinegar. You can use lemon, lime, stuff like that that has acidity. But we're going to use apple cider vinegar that breaks down the bones and brings out all the nutrients in the bone and the marrow and stuff like that. And then swerve over here, Tris. And this is going to be, we're do ours in a crock pot, a slow cooker. It just, it's simple, it's easy. You throw everything in, you wait, you know, a couple days, and it's done. And then swing over to the oven. Right now we're roasting, but not too close. We have some chicken feet, we have some great marrow bones, and we have tail, oxtail. And all those are roasting up. It's almost time to pull it out and put it into the pot. All right, we're back again. Got my 8-year-old videoing, and we're going to show you the bones. We're going to take these out of the oven for our bone marrow stock. Look at those bad boys. You got those, Tris? That's all your awesome bones for the broth. Turn our oven off. Have stuff fall all over the place. That's part of it. Take the bones over here, and we're going to put them into the crock pot. You got that, buddy? Yep. So we're going to scoop these in. Try to put the camera over here so you can get a picture of them, buddy. Get a picture of what the bones look inside of there. Okay, next we're going to take some water. Nice and slow with the video. And we're going to pour the water in. This is about 3 to 4 pounds of bones. So we're going to use about 1.5 gallons of water. Nice and steady with that. Get the water inside there. What that looks like. You can always add more water. I'm going to add a little more here. That's good. And we're going to add some apple cider vinegar. You actually should probably add that before all that water, but that's okay. It's still going to break it down. And then we're going to set it to low. And we're going to start it up here. And we're going to cook it for about 30 to 40 hours. Right? Yeah. We'll be back to show you the finished product. So I wanted to show you guys what the bone broth looked like after you were done cooking it for a few days. And you let it sit in the fridge. You know, strained all the stuff out of it, poured it into a container, and let it sit in the fridge. And then you take off the top portion of tallow the next day, which is the good fat that you can use for cooking and other things. You take that right off, and I'll show you maybe that in a different video, but skipping that for now because it's not that exciting. You just take that top layer off of white tallow, and what you're left with is the best part, and that's the bone broth. And here is what the bone broth looks like after it's been settling in the fridge for a little bit. And pour a little bit into this so you see just how thick this is. You see how gelatinous and awesome that is? You don't eat it like that. You basically heat that up, and it'll turn into a really nice, beautiful liquid form, and that's what you drink. It's basically like, it looks like a chicken broth. You can microwave it, or you can do whatever, but that has, you know, all the great things in it: collagen and gelatin, and an amazing amount of amino acids and potassium, and all just unbelievable stuff for your body, your joints, and other things to make you run right. So that's bone broth, and hope to be coming at you with some more cool stuff soon.